Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Skyrim Special Edition. We're working on this Dragonborn DLC. We need to go here before we do anything else, so I'm just going to fast travel to this and run from there. We're trying to unlock a house, that way I can do other things, and let's see what weapon I have equipped. We need to run over here and just kill whoever we're supposed to kill. It had something to do with an assassination attempt and some kind of revenge against the guy who's in charge.
Despite the foul,
We've already killed one of the people, so
I'm certain we'll find plenty of someone there to make it worth up.
let's see. Like, now is still probably the wrong point, but I will take all of this bone meal stuff and here we go. An assassin. So this is a Morang Tong assassin who's casting spells. That's another assassin. I guess we don't need to take two sets of their equipment. But yeah, I just want to finish this area, get that house, then if I am overburdened with things, I can put things in the house. That would leave us at 3 houses in total that we have for all of this game. And there's still no automatic system to move things back and forth. One of the mods I just saw for Fallout 4, as I was kind of looking at a list of the best mods for Fallout 4 now that it's been out for about 6 months, has an ability to drop a bunch of things and have a settler take it to your workbench for you. Still probably feels like too much work to do something like that, but at least that's a slight improvement. However, I think more than likely you would have either a perk or I'm gonna take this just in case I don't have a set of that already. I'm not sure if I do or not. There might be a perk in Fallout 4 that just allows you to carry an infinite amount of items too. But at the end of the day, after reading 6 pages of mods that were supposedly the best mods for Fallout 4, there's noticeably things that were not fixed in that point in Fallout 4, like years after Skyrim came out. Things that definitely would have been fixed. They are already well into the process of making a Fallout 4 official patch, like there is a Skyrim official, no, not official patch, but unofficial patches this a little bit. And in fact, just recently the Bethesda login to install mods and everything was down, so that is the worst part of the idea of having to log into Bethesda to install mods, is the idea that, well, they could shut down their servers at any point and then the mods won't work. And theoretically, if Bethesda went out of business, there shouldn't be any stopping factor that would make your Steam game not play, but I'm not sure that's ever really a guaranteed thing, because certainly if Steam itself was just to go out of business, a crazy thought certainly, but if it was to happen, there's, of the thousands of programs, games on there, there's a significant portion of them that if they too went out of business, it would almost have to be something like video games became illegal in all of the world, just something really crazy like that. A significant portion of games would not be playable if they've shut down their servers. A significant portion of games have online components and online verification, even if they don't really have much online components. And that's been an issue that's been growing as an issue for the past 10 years or so. On a side note, it's now, according to Steam, I've been playing for 220 hours, and if you would, 227 hours, I believe, was the amount that it said I've been playing this game. I would take 27 of those hours off. Interesting. None of these beds are owned, so I can sleep in them. I wouldn't be surprised if it is slightly over 200, though. That seems about right. Let's see, I don't know if I want to pick up books anymore. It's gotten repetitive and boring, and like Firmament is a book we've seen definitely in the past. Let's see, enchanting items. It's unlikely I'll have anything to disenchant, and I may have at least a small amount of things that I can enchant. Take that one, and the Woods of the Wind will take that one. I kind of wish they had a different book binding for this Dragonborn DLC. All the new elements, like if those had been bound in some different fashion. Well, let's see, I guess I'm not capturing any souls because my thing is not the weapon I'm using. My bow is not the weapon I'm using. That would explain it. Now my attack.
I knew it.
Let's see. Should I be in stealth mode? I think I just chopped off a head, but I didn't quite accomplish that. The head chop off? There's definitely a console command or a mod to get rid of being overburdened. And that would unquestionably be something I would want to do if I was going to play any more Skyrim. But I really can't motivate myself or even begin to think that that would be worth my time. This is an interesting little practice area. We've been playing way too much. And I'm picking up books specifically in the hopes of pick up a broom that it adds something more to this island. There is that's the Yellow Book of Riddles. Like these two in particular start quests. The Anthurium Wars starts a quest. The Holds of Skyrim put something on your map. Let's see. This is a pretty booby-trapped area. Trying to jump over the barrels. And I assume this chain just opens that. And this chain opens that. Oh, there were two of them. There was a set going up and down and a set going left and right. And two chains here too. Let's see. I don't need any of those. Now my feet won't activate any of these, but certainly he will. Maybe I shouldn't have looked. By looking, I could have potentially hurt him. Question I would like to know is how do we get through this area? Man, quit dying. It's nothing to me. It's literally nothing to me now that I have all of those perks. And he just wants to fight, so no talk. This is, I believe, the father of oops, we need to hurry up and use a potion of healing or we'll die ourselves. Like, and they were saying the father looked a little young compared to his daughter. Let's see. Yeah, we're done looting all of that. Where are you going? Get back over here. Still trying to just get my sword swinging up to 100. It's just assassins. And so we saw assassins that were... And he may be invisible, but he's still clearly visible to my radar, so kind of useless. And it was assassins that brought us here. Roll of paper, ink, skeleton down here. So we've got some skeletons in water. Let's search these other skeletons. Let's see. So they were making notes and orders, I assume, and in here we'll find we need the hard evidence, and we didn't find any hard evidence. So what was our quest? Well, whatever we did it. I guess we already had the evidence and that was enough. He just wanted us to run this way and kill all the conspirators. So now we just need to exit Skyrim or whatever the city place is, and then fast travel back to our connection. And I think at that point he'll hand me the house, which is what I'm looking for. Fast travel back to Raven Rock. And then we can continue. Well, I guess we have a couple choices on different ways we can continue. A couple different things. Let's talk to this guy.
I am his hands. I am his hands.
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel?
Jean-Luc Picard, Sir Patrick Stewart.
Then, it's finally over. What of the Redoran Guard I sent to assist you?
Slain.
Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this.
So I need to just follow him.
Follow me, and I'll take you to the councillor so you can speak to him yourself.
See, so we're having a weird experience because every time we show up at nighttime anywhere, half the people are going to. I'm just gonna move before this guy.
You lost?
People start going to work on the stone things.
Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adriel, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What
I
you've
believe
done for
Councillor
me,
Morvain wants to
for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial.
Oh.
Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Councillor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
Can't thank you enough for reopening the Ebony. You've succeeded where I've failed by ending the threat to Councillor Morvain's life. I shall not forget it.
Now it doesn't seem like
Mines are open and the ebony has begun to
there's
flourish.
any
I'm pleased I was mistaken about you.
there's anything
I
here
feel I owe you my life for thwarting the House of
for
having assassinated.
like adding furniture to the house,
One moment.
and because of that, I guess it's just a take it or leave it scenario. But the house, we can, I guess I get to keep the bodies inside of it, the house too. Lovely. So I get 2 dark elf corpses. You would think maybe there would be a way to clean this up.
Hope we don't run into too many ash spots.
As it seems, otherwise everything is here. And now, anything I were to pick up, if there was anything in here really to pick up at all, is just a take instead of a steal, which is slightly interesting. They don't change the name of the safe or anything. I'm not sure this room has, or this house has a setup for kids, though. kind of doesn't seem like it. Yeah. I mean, you have this side bed for a servant, but you don't have two kids' beds or a chest, kids' chests, which is what's required. So let's search this urn, take this apple out, and start putting in things that we don't want to have on us. Let's see. Instead of trying to sell items, I'm just going to dump them. And it's a good point that I am doing this now, because I was almost full of items. I was almost overburdened. And I imagine, well, there's a problem. There's no horse in this land, is there? So even if I wanted to be massively full of items and overburdened, I couldn't do it. There's actually no way I would have to, I imagine, let's see, and then I lost the treasure map. I need to pick that up and favorite it. You can see all the red things here that was stolen. Doesn't make a big deal to me, but I don't have the ability to sell things. I'm still having trouble. Where you were when the dragon broke. Interesting. That's a really long name of a book. I'm looking for the treasure map and I don't see it. Did I put the treasure map somewhere else? Or is it hidden? Baskets, bear pelts, boys' yells tunic, broom, bucket, charcoal, chitlin plate, corrodium ingots, corrodium ore, cowhide. There's the treasure map under miscellaneous. That one. I could, it seems, smith some things. I'm not sure I really want to right now, though. Torch, wooden plate. So I'm down to 198 now. That's seems like a useful thing. Let's see. Cannot favorite this item, cannot equip this item. Can I zoom in on this item? Alright. So it seems like there's a treasure close to where we are, on the coast above us, and in the far lower right corner. Let's go see if we can find those pieces of treasure. Because if we find all 4 of those pieces of armor, that's an amazing improvement. We also, if we look at the map, there's the pendants. That's not really a big deal. I really wish we could turn off the fog. So if there's a treasure hidden around here, is it buried treasure? Or is it underwater treasure? It's gonna be kind of difficult to get. That looks like that might be a treasure place. Let's go check it out. It'd be really difficult if it was buried under the water. What is this? I have no idea. Ash hopper. I haven't seen these before. It's some new species of something. Let's see. Reaver, gold lockpick, iron gauntlets. We don't really need any of those things. Bone meal. Gold, silver ruby ring. Let's see, gold lockpicks. Purple mountain flower. Another reaver. These guys seem to get killed pretty easily, but I'm not really surprised about that either. Compared to me, everybody in this game is super weak. And there's definitely an imbalance there. It would be nice if we ran into a few other adventurers that actually could hold their own and might be helpful. And sure, I hire companions to work for me and then they become immortal, but that's hardly what I'm thinking about. I'd like to see some actual characters. Wish I could actually see the map too. It's... oh, I'm in the wrong place. It's over here. Alright. The treasure's over this way. Which might be right where those necks were. I want to try to hurry through all of this. Like I was saying before, it's been probably 200 hours of gameplay. And see, these little side islands are interesting distractions. The scary thing, and I guess you kind of now 6-7 years later, and there's been no announcement for another Elder Scrolls game. I guess you kind of have to guess what I'm about to say is true. This DLC in particular feels like it would have been something for the next Elder Scrolls game. And the fact that it was put out as DLC, to me, screams the idea that they've had to, for one reason or other, restart development on the next Elder Scrolls game. And it's not unheard of for games to start and restart development 2-3 times, and then that's eventually somebody will just say get it out already, and then you get a bad game. But in a lot of ways, Lord. Elder Scrolls 6 might very well be approaching a time frame where the players should just say get it out already. The special edition may also be very much a good excuse to delay Elder Scrolls 6 and say, well, we gave you this, so don't be upset that the next Elder Scrolls isn't coming for another 4 years. That could be very much the case. Now, if Elder Scrolls 6 was going to be just this island, that's 2 pieces of the armor. The island would have had to have been significantly larger than what it was. I still am of the opinion this flickering element is a factor of the new shaders for the special edition, and it didn't look like this. When we played the remake of BioShock, we had similar graphical glitches that weren't there originally. Which, that's definitely a problem, but I can't complain too much. We've gone and played through almost all of this game, and I've seen one specific glitch in the graphics in Whiterun that's appeared 2 or 3 times in Whiterun only, and then practically nothing else. This boar. Bristleback. Who's a named creature.
Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, my Margaret. I've spent enough time on Soul.
See, there's a fishing rod here. Let's look at the map and see where we are. Yeah, we need to get to about right there. This edge of the place doesn't look... He's a hunter?
Oh, take a look.
And he has 13 gold. So even if I tried to buy a lot of things from him, he's only going to have 13 gold. This is the same glitch we've seen before. So there we go. So you sell 3 arrows here, and then he just has 13. He has 13 more arrows. So you could constantly sell items to him and get 13 gold in return for it, but seems kind of pointless. I suppose it's probably 13 gold less pointless than the factor of selling to most of the store keeps when they're totally out of gold. I didn't think the map was really going to let me get this far. This is surprising. Seems like this edge is allowing for more ocean than the other edges. But there's really nothing here. And see, I'm not sure I really want to even swim out this far to back to this part. Let's see, if I equip the shout of, what is it? Whirlwind Spirit. I can't use it in water anyways. That kind of sucks. No, we can't swim out to the volcano, but I imagine we'll get a storyline. Hey, it's getting clear and daylight and that's nice. But there's nothing out here. This is clearly not reachable. It doesn't even look real. It looks like a cardboard background. Wouldn't it be funny if there was in one game a fake background on the edge, and you actually did you found a machine that turned off the currents that stopped you from getting to the edges, and when you swam to the edges you saw it actually was painted on, and there was a secret facility behind what you thought was just a horizon or mountain range. Let's see, we've got like that there. See, I could imagine that might have been intended to be Skyrim right there. Just remove one whole section of the map that blocks you off by mountains and let you swim to this other place. That would have been cool. But of course the north of Skyrim is already just water that blocks you that way. I think they probably dropped the ball a little bit. I guess I can't go this way before. Well, I shouldn't go this way before I check out this boat. But yeah, when designing the overworld map of Skyrim, they could have thought of a different thing to stop the player instead of mountains on 3 sides. Now, unless there's a trap door under this ship, I think we had some of this in Witcher 3 too. It's just a boat you can't reach. Well, you can't get up it in any fashion. Unless you're supposed to use these boats to get over to that boat, which that wouldn't make much sense. So Bristol back is apparently what these boars are called. I was hoping I could get up there, but I'm not sure I can. One more discovery on the path wouldn't be terrible. Waterstone, and we have
Time to die.
Occultist Adept. We'll take the cultist stuff. So, the cultists are hanging around those people, but that doesn't really mean anything. This would be a prime example of where it'd be nice to just pick up and find some ore to mine without having to and the water's pushing me over, so hopefully this doesn't kill me. I wonder what a fight with these guys are. It's like it seems like the Betty necks are the only ones that they might be able to do a little bit of damage to me. Now I have the net jelly. 98% done on my two-handed. Just a little bit more. Kind of just running around doing silly things. Mud crabs. Mud crabs and weaklings, which might as well just call them weaklings. There must be a console command or something that does decapitations, because it's clearly doing an animation that's supposed to cut off a head, but the head isn't staying on. Take that, and the dipped chest. Now we just need one more piece of thing. See, I kind of am not certain I want to immediately leave this section. Let's come over here and find this camp. They all just ran away. That's really silly. Like they really did run away. Maybe to go get reinforcements, I don't know, but Bristleback cave discovered. Somehow I discovered that cave over there. These guys are so low to the ground, it's silly. Yeah, they had to take special care to put them in pants so that they wouldn't be showing their underwear when they fell over. Let's see, gold, spears. Let's see, take all of these. What's funny about the reckonings is they kind of have garbage on them. They pick up items and collect items.
Foul beings that infest this place. I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
So when we look at the map now, we are here. We made it to this point. Just for thoroughness, let's work our way to this point before we fast travel to get the final piece of the armor. Now this armor says we would have an extra 100 points of... Let's see, apparently the Weaklings were using it as target practice. Look at all those spears. That's what I'm trying to say. Spears, not steers. Again, I'm picking up a significant amount of things that probably shouldn't be collected. North Shore Landing discovered. Like, I don't know if I really need mud crab items. It's one slice and they're dead. How'd that mud crab come out of the pier? There might be something, like, I know there was a quest to get something that was all on a sunken ship somewhere, but I haven't seen the map point out where that item is. The game seems to be doing me some massive amounts of favors in the realm of lockpicks. Oh man. Looks like there might be something over here. There's a Ninrud over here. Some more expensive things in a chest back there. I wish Ninruds consistently implied something valuable is this way. They don't, though. If this was the experience they intended with the mud crabs, we should have been fighting mud crabs very early in the gameplay, and we didn't even see any places like that. I don't know why I'm picking up everything from fish barrels. Let's see, is this a map of our island that we're on? I think it might well be. And you can kind of see every black dot there is the location where there's something to do. So there's only about 30 of them according to the achievement I see. And I'll probably get most of the achievements for the Dragonborn DLC, but like I said, since achievements weren't added to Steam on the Special Edition when you very first got the game, when it first came out, I would have to replay the game and do the first 20 hours a second time. And I couldn't imagine really doing that. That seems a bit ridiculous. It seems like maybe I would be willing to do something like that if there was some kind of achievement or mod around it. Like do the first 20 hours of the game at a max level, everything because of console commands. But where this would eventually or almost instantly lead is I will just break the game for myself if I used a mod or used console commands or whatever to give myself every single ability up to level 100 and put my player level up to 255 or whatever the maximum actually is, if there is even a reasonable maximum. I would just be one-shotting everything, and it would be an accelerated experience, but it still wouldn't fix all the problems of just the way the game works. The problem, the bigger issues is the massive amount of repetitiveness that you can't get away from. You can cheat your way through it, but then there's nothing to replace it with anything else. If you cheated to maximum level, just the perfect character, you would just run around one-shotting everything, and it would become something close to running around and killing. That was an interesting weapon. Running around in something like Borderlands, where it's just this fast-paced fighting game where you're shooting like crazy. And I suppose if you don't take the archery route and you're at a maximum level, you would have to at least run up to people and get in their face with the weapon of your choice. But interesting fight we just saw. Some of these I don't think I would earn. Some of the skill levels I don't think would deserve to be at level 100. I think I'd prefer a mod where I could just take my character, what level she is right now, 72, and do a new game plus, and just say, well, I've only gotten illusion and conjuration to 1920 level. I think that's fair enough. Let's start there. Heavy armor is still at 90, and my light armor, it needs one more level at 80 before I can do something, I believe. Yeah, I could make my armor slightly better. And then two-handed weapons. Where's two-handed? Here we are, 98. And I see a cave over here I haven't discovered, so I'll go over and discover this. I don't know if I've gone past the point where I said I was going to go or not, but just because I'm discovering the cave, that doesn't particularly mean I'm going to actually go in it. Killing horkers. These islands seem to be kind of pointlessly empty. There's some horkers, I believe, over there. And see, we're starting to see where that storm was happening, where the people were concentrating and somehow making a storm that was protecting them from the mind control of Matic, or whatever his name is. I'm not even sure. These horkers. It's getting easier to kill these things. Feels like I'm becoming more proficient with the weapon, but I seriously doubt that's actually the case. Let's see. And see, this is one of these dragon burial grounds with no dragon in it. And then down underground, I really don't like this. This seems stupidly badly designed. You could have really blown my mind if they forced you at one point to go under the water, and it's just like that BioShock 1 reveal. There's life and lights and all kinds of things that you weren't expecting to see under the water, and then if half the game focused on activities underwater, well, it still would be an underwater level, and I still have to maintain my idea that water levels are the worst levels always in video games, but I think having nothing there is just kind of lazy. In a lot of ways, that's the thing I feel about Skyrim. It's very ironic to have to say a game you played 200 hours of is lazy, but there's clearly elements to Skyrim that's lazy, and honestly, you could probably have done what Skyrim has made a game exactly like Skyrim with today's technology for a quarter of the budget and a quarter of the team, just with an Unreal Engine ability. You could go buy so many rock assets from the Unity store or the Unreal store and not have to animate any of them. You could purchase entire pre-made maps and copy and paste them together with very little trouble. You could buy speed trees games that just algorithmically speed tree engines that algorithmically put in trees and like speed weathers. There's all kinds of things in the speed series of assistive technology things. We've gone full circle because this is a place we've already found. We can also see where we are on the map, and we are actually quite far from where I was gonna stop. Now we just need to go to the Sunstone and find the last piece of armor and see if this actually was a good move and not just a complete waste of time. We want something that's should be somewhere around here, I think.
From that look on your face, I'm guessing you've never seen a Silt Strider before.
What's a Silt Strider?
This is Dusty. I personally trained her from a lava. Feels like a lifetime ago now.
Anytime you want to hit
She hasn't been in traveling condition for quite a while now. I've tried to let her go off on her own, but she insists on staying here. We get by trading odds and ends with the locals. I've decided to stay here and make sure she passes in peace. It's the least I can do for her. Every once in a while, a local makes it out here, although they usually just want to catch a glimpse of Dusty. Silt Striders are pretty rare now.
I don't even know what a Silt Strider is. Is it a creature that's over there? Is that rock thing? Is it a big
Take a look.
is it a big worm? We'll take all of your ingredients and we'll take everything you've got. Ooh, resonance gem. I have no idea what those are for, but I'll take it. And then, do I have any weapons? Let's see. I don't want to sell that nullifying weapon yet. Spears weigh nothing. I have so many different spears. Right, we can get rid of the black mage robes, bone mold gauntlets, that. We'll keep the cultist things, we'll keep the death brand things. He would just want 17 for those. We will sell the gold ring, sell the circlets, and sell that, sell that, sell that. There we go. About Silt Striders.
Would you like to know?
Why are they so rare?
The blast from the volcano wiped most of them out. Found Dusty in a small cave on Vardenfell. Silt Strider cocoons are pretty tough.
What are they used for?
Mostly for transporting goods and people. They were pretty commonplace in Morrowind, but that was ages ago.
So are they like horses?
Carapace is so strong it can withstand the harshest of weather.
Interesting.
Even the legendary sandstorms of Vardenfell's Molag Armor region was said to barely make a dent in them. Of course, that's all ash now. All right.
And we have a classic enough about this. Apparently I can take that book. Exit to the previous menu setup. Okay, so this guy, this is a Silt Strider. And it looks like its carapace was cut into to make a thing, and it looks like a neck. And so one would assume that I'm gonna do something with that eventually, or maybe not. Maybe it's just something they were thinking about having, doing something with, and it didn't go very far. Oh good, something's trying to kill me. Means I'm going the right way. I thought we might be done with these characters, but I guess you can't introduce new enemies and then take them away. Let's see. I should probably refer to the map, the treasure map that is, and see. Let's see. This. Alright, that tells me it's more that way. Alright, here we go. I'll be glad to be done with the two-handed. Hey, our light armor could be increased too. If I knock this guy into the water, would that kill him? Probably not. I can't get under the water to see. No, those ash creatures are actually genius. I wish they were running around all of Skyrim, because like the gargoyles in the DLC, they give you ore. It's gotta be somewhere around here, I suppose. I don't think it's... Yeah, if I could have been killing characters and getting ore the whole time I was playing, that would have been an amazingly helpful thing for smithing. I probably would have been at legendary 4 or 5 by now. Let's see, I guess I could get up here. I don't know if I need to get up here though. Let's see. X marks the spot. In comparison to the map, that should be right about there. Not where I am. And my companion's not following me. And we're going a little long. There he is. Killing creatures for me. That's funny is these necks, they go full underwater. Interesting. See, that would have been cool to have the entire area full of those. All the ocean full of necks. And see, who's this guy over here? It's a lurker vindicator. I remember fighting this guy. He was kind of tough. So I'm probably gonna find another black book. I didn't think we'd run into any of these in the overworld though. I guess we kind of had to, didn't we? There's nothing here. There's nothing on him. Interesting. So, if the treasure is not where I think it is, it's got to be on the other side of this wall. Nope, it's just sitting right here. Totally missed it. That's not inspiring when I make these mistakes. Let's see. So we know it's just slightly here. The barrow key and the death brand boots. Alright. So we've got a new quest to search a barrow. And we're supposed to locate a hidden stash of wine too. So let's look here. Two-handed's at 98. That's not really what I'm here to look at. I'm here to look at our light armor is at 130 and it's actually at 80. So it's 80 plus it's getting 1, getting 50 more. And heavy armor is exactly at 90. When I come over here and instead equip Death Brand, which is supposed to increase your stamina for 15 for each Death Brand item you have, so, and this is supposed to increase your carrying capacity for 10 for each one we have, and this one, dual wielding, does 10% more damage for each item you're wearing, and this does plus 100 while wearing a complete set of armor. So our carrying capacity is 682 right now. Our stamina is 820. Let's see how much things change when we put on all of this equipment. Now our carrying capacity went up 40, so it's now 685. That's not terrible increase. And 40 damage more for each death brand. And stamina, let's see how much that went up. Stamina is now at 880. And our light armor is supposed to be at 100. This is kind of the problem though, is you just don't know the defense. 140, 43, 43, 59 versus 380, 167, 167. It kind of doesn't matter, does it? Dragon Skill, my Dragon Skill ultimate armor blows it out of the water. Yeah, it was a waste of time. I should have just checked this out a long time ago, actually. It would have made a lot more sense. Since to be certain of that before anything else. Well, I guess we're not over full with items, and we've collected all of those unique items, which is useful. And when we look at the map now, we have this burrow's key, which we were going to check out, and then this castle was another thing we were going to check out, and this was another thing we were going to check out. I somehow didn't find that headwaters of Harstad. And unlike the rest of the game, I think we should just try to do the main story. We've done a lot of time wasting on the other DLCs, and particularly the main game, we ran around doing all kinds of side quests. But let's do the main story and get rid of Merak's influence as best as we can, or at least start down that process, and then maybe we'll have to take a break from it. Let's see, of the ones we have here, Dragonborn, healing a house, soak the taproots, which I don't know really what I'm supposed to do that, and explore this burrow for Deathbrand. That's a main story one. And then we've got a bunch of really miscellaneous side quests, but most of these things are actually Skyrim things. So, good place to stop. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. And please follow and friend me on all the social media sites that I'm on. There's a bunch of links down in the description to them. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.